The look can be very tricky when it comes to flowers. So in this video, we will show you some list of gorgeous but deadly flowers to make sure that you don't pick the wrong one for your loved ones. The henbane is also known as the stinking nightshade, black henbane, and Hyoscyamus niger has a long history as a notorious toxic as well as a beneficial medicinal plant. The pale yellow, bell-shaped flowers with purple veins are a diagnostic feature of this species. Black henbane is highly poisonous and should not be carelessly used, even by herbalists. It has psychoactive properties that would cause visual hallucinations, dilated pupils, restlessness, flushed skin, vomiting, slow and fast pulse, hyperpyrexia, and ataxia. Most of the plant parts are toxic and proven fatal both to humans and animals in low dosages. Delphiniums or larkspur are beautiful, glorious flowering plants. It is their shape that makes them a great addition to any flower garden. They have long, brightly colored spikes that make them a nice flower to add to the background of a garden. However, keep them away from your children and pets. The delphinium or larkspur plants contain alkaloid delphinine toxins that cause severe digestive issues, vomiting, and death both in humans and animals. And if touched, it can cause severe skin irritation. The grevillea is also known as spider flower, silky oak, and toothbrush. All parts of this plant are poisonous and can lead to an issue of rashes, itching, and redness. Drinking nectar directly from the flower should be avoided. Even some commonly cultivated grevillea species produce flowers that contain toxic cyanide that could be fatal, often ending in death. Foxglove, also known as the digitalis, dead man's bells, and witch's gloves, contains deadly toxic cardiac and steroidal glycosides. These bewitching herbaceous plants are unquestionably attractive, but require extra caution as they produce poisonous flowers. The flowers, which are bell-shaped and pinkish purple or white in color with purple blotches, form racemes. Well known for ornamental and medicinal uses, the common foxglove can be harmful to humans and animals since all of its parts, specifically the leaves, flowers, and seeds, are poisonous. When ingested, it can lead to abdominal discomfort, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, blurred vision, heart and kidney problems, and oral pain. Direct skin contact with any plant part may result in irritation of the skin. By displaying colorful and attractive blooms, rhododendrons are highly valued ornamental plants. Plants contain gray inodoxin, a toxic compound that can poison to animals and humans. Clinical effects usually begin within a few hours after ingestion of any part of the plant. These include vomiting, diarrhea, colic, loss of appetite, weakness, loss of coordination, leg paralysis, weak heart rate, and excessive salivation. Interestingly, honey made from rhododendron flowers is also toxic. Ingestion of this honey, also called mad honey, is known to cause low blood pressure and a lower heart rate, which can even be life-threatening. Opium flower is also known as poppy tears. It's hard to believe that such a lovely flower can produce such a deadly and addictive drug. Opium could contain toxic substances well known as morphine and opiate alkaloid. The latex of the plants when taken internally could cause respiratory difficulties, coma, cardiac or respiratory collapse. Star of Bethlehem, also known as Ornithogalum umbellatum, is a perennial flower that comes from a bulb. The Star of Bethlehem flower is very aesthetically pleasing, and it has 6 white star-like petals with a green stripe on the underside. This leads to many people planting it in their gardens. What people do not realize, however, is that this flower is very aggressive and very toxic if ingested. When ingested, symptoms of toxicity range from mild, such as gastrointestinal upset, to severe, such as death. Azaleas, as gorgeous as they are extremely toxic. Every form of azalea flower available on the market is poisonous. The deadly flowers contain gray inotoxins. This toxin has the potential to affect cardiac and skeletal muscle tissue. These lovely tiny blossoms, whether eaten by a human or a pet, can cause serious harm to both. Thus, swallowing a small quantity of plants will not likely lead to chronic diseases, but the consumption of a larger portion of the plant is associated with life-threatening conditions. Atropa belladonna, popularly known as deadly nightshade, is magnificent and gorgeous, but all parts of the plants are poisonous. The flowers of the deadly nightshade plant are bell-shaped and purple and green. The Atropa belladonna could be fatal when ingested both by adults and children and may cause delirium and hallucinations, and worst it can be fatal. Eating any part of the deadly nightshade is dangerous. According to the Missouri Botanical Garden, simply touching the plant may be harmful if the skin has cuts or other wounds. Symptoms of poisoning were the following: rapid heartbeat, memory loss, dry mouth, seizures, slurred speech, sensitivity to light, blurred vision, and confusion. Severe poisoning may cause paralysis, a coma, and respiratory failure. Fritillaria meleagris is a Eurasian species of flowering plant in the lily family Liliaceae. Its common names include checkered lily, snake's head or snake's head fritillary, guinea hen flower, the Lazarus bell, and so on. So, as the title suggests, this plant is poisonous like a venomous snake. The snake's head flower, or checkered lily, is poisonous and should not be ingested under any circumstances. All parts of the plant, especially the bulbs, contain toxic alkaloids such as imperiolin, which disrupts kidney and heart functions, and tulipalin A, which causes a contact allergic reaction in the skin. But both toxins have been used in the development of pharmaceuticals. As warmer weather creeps in, so do the cheerful flowers of Carolina jessamine, also called yellow jessamine. One of the earliest flowers to bloom in the maritime forest, Carolina jessamine clambers to the tops of tall trees to wreath them in garlands of bright yellow flowers. However, it is also one of the most deadly flowers out there. It contains neurotoxic alkaloids that affect nerve endings and causes paralysis, muscle weakness, and clonic convulsion in animals and humans. Also, all parts of the plant are poisonous, but you need to watch out for the flowers and roots with more care. Recent research suggests that the plant's nectar may also be toxic to honeybees if gathered in large amounts. With their vibrant blooms, and ability to withstand salt spray and drought, oleanders are highly desirable flowering plants. However, oleanders known in ancient Greece and Rome and described by Plinius, is one of the most toxic and deadliest plants in the world. Remember, all parts of the oleander plant are poisonous and can cause severe illness or death, including the leaves, flowers, twigs, and stems. The plant is so poisonous that even drinking water from a vase holding a bloom can cause a severe reaction. The gummy sap can cause irritation when it comes in contact with the skin, and even smoke from burning the plant can cause severe adverse reactions. The lily of the valley or Convallaria majalis is also known as Mary's tears. From folklore beliefs, when Mary cries, the droplets become lily of the valley. The lily of the valley flowers look innocent, however, they are in fact extremely harmful. The charming little white flowers have a strong and pleasant scent, but highly poisonous. The lily of the valley contains cardiac glycosides, which impact the heart. If ingested, the lily of the valley can cause abdominal pain, nausea, vomiting, irregular heartbeats, and can be fatal, meaning this delicate, gorgeous, seductive flower is also one of the deadliest killer flowers in the world. The flower that sprouts from the angel's trumpet, of the genus Brugmansia, is a lovely bell shape perfect for a picturesque garden. But the plant has a dark secret. It's extremely poisonous, and ready to send you straight to the hospital. At best, eating the flower will result in scary hallucinations, or even induce a dangerous, zombie-like state, but at worst, it can leave you dead. Aconitum napellus, also known as monkshood or wolfsbane, is a perennial herb often grown as an ornamental plant due to its attractive blue to dark purple flowers. Aconitum is also known as the devil's helmet. This poisonous flower is deceptively deadly. Aconitum contains high amounts of the potent toxin aconitine, which can cause diarrhea, convulsions, cardiac arrhythmia, and death in humans within an hour of consumption. So, a few drops of juice from the roots of this deadly flower, and you have some heart failure and paralysis of the cardiac muscles to deal with.